Welcome back to the TheDuphilyCrew. We've been going through our Disney collection and we came across some old maps and old programs and we decided to share some with you.
So in this video, we will share this Epcot Entertainment program. It's similar to what they call the Time Guide today. This is from June 1991. And if we go down a little bit here, you'll see Illuminations presented by GE. This was shown at 10 p.m. nightly. This is not Reflections of Earth. Reflections of Earth didn't start until September 1999 and closed on September 2019. Now if we flip this program over, we will see we have some guest performers.
And at the Odyssey restaurant, they had Berwick College penny loafers from Berwick, Kentucky. And at the Norway Pavilion Courtyard, they had Demoniz from Bergen, Norway.
I think it's really exciting to see that they had guest performers performing throughout the park. Really wish this was something that they did on a regular basis even today.
Yes, it would be neat if they did that.
I agree. And then you see this advertisement for Pleasure Island.
An entire island of spectacular nighttime fun, exciting nightclubs, fabulous shops, and restaurants. Follow the signs to the Disney Village tonight.
So the Disney Village is really Disney Springs, downtown Disney. This place didn't become known as Downtown Disney until 1997. And then Disney changed the name again to Disney Springs in 2015. Mm-hmm. We have now opened up the map and we can see information about Future World. So you got Future World laid out over here. Mickey in the spacesuit, which is pretty interesting. And then we have Figment. Now it looks like there's a bunch of entertainment here at Future World. So let's see what they had in 1991.
They had Future World Brass. This brass and percussion band performs a wide variety of songs, including many of your Disney favorites. And those were performed at the Fountain at 9:30, and then the rest of the day outside Communicore East.
So I'm assuming they start out at the Fountain because that's when the park opened and they would kind of welcome guests, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. And then you had Walt Disney characters. Have breakfast with the characters at the Stargate restaurant. That was like a quick service restaurant, which later became Electric Umbrella. Throughout the day, Mickey and his friends appear in locations around Future World. Clap and sing with the characters at the Odyssey restaurant.
That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, especially I love the Odyssey area.
Yeah, because right now at Epcot there isn't really too many characters, to all out and about. So that would have been fun.
I agree.
And then you have Anna Comical Players inside the Wonders of Life Pavilion. Join us in the fun with the Anna Comical Players in a lineup of hilarious sketches about health and life.
Something that we definitely could use today.
Yes, some comic relief.
Exactly.
And then we have Dreamfinder. Dreamfinder and his faithful companion Figment appear outside the Journey to Imagination. So outside the Journey Imagination Pavilion, you could run into the Dreamfinder and Figment and get a picture with them.
Yeah, that's the one that I wish I really got to see.
Yeah.
I went to Disney right after. That was replaced, unfortunately, but I'm really hoping one day Dreamfinder and Figment come back.
Yeah, maybe they will.
Now, what I like about this program guide is that when you open it up, you see everything about World Showcase, and you have the nice picture here, which I think is really cool. What do you think? Yeah,
because it kind of shows all the countries where they are.
And all the entertainment. And one thing that jumps out to me is how much entertainment there was in the World Showcase in 1991 versus now.
Yeah, it's pretty jam-packed with entertainment.
Yes. So, where do you want to start?
Let's start where we always start. Good old Mexico.
Why don't you take us to Mexico?
Okay, in Mexico they have the Mariachi Cobre, enjoying the traditional sounds of mariachi music on the pavilion steps. They are still there, the mariachi band.
They are.
And I think some of the original members are still part of the mariachi band. And they perform a little bit across the way from the pavilion itself.
On the other side where San Angel Inn restaurant and the souvenir shop is.
Yeah, they probably moved because there's too many people on the steps they over there, so you can watch them. And then they had another performer, Marabima Malalinda, and that was in the Plaza de los Amigos. And then also in the Cantina del San Angel.
Cool. So why don't we continue on? Let's take a trip to Norway.
In Norway, they had Valhalla, the spirit of Scandinavia comes alive in the courtyard with traditional Norwegian songs and dance.
Cool.
I think that would be neat to see. And then they have Snastrina. Traditional songs in Norway are performed outside the restaurant Arakush.
Yeah, I wish they had a little more entertainment in Norway. I know sometimes they have the Vikings running around, which I kind of enjoy, but...
Yeah, but I would enjoy the traditional music of each country. I think that's interesting.
Yes, I agree. All right, and now we go on to China.
And in China, they had Yun Chen Chin, music, magic, and dance performed under the Great Arch. And then they had Shanghai Acrobats in the China courtyard.
So I think they have the Shanghai Acrobats still there. I think it's under a different name.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep, but they still have some kind of acrobats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But seeing this music, match, and dance performance right underneath the Great Arch, that sounds like a really good backdrop for some entertainment.
Right. And I mean, it's different because music, magic, and dance. I mean, that's, a lot of people would enjoy that.
I agree. Now let's go to Germany.
In Germany, it looks like they have a strolling accordionist. Ens Zewe de Sufra, whatever. A strolling accordionist plays traditional polkas and waltzes in the courtyard and beer garden.
Now, just to diverge for a minute, when I hear polka, I think of John Candy at the end of Home Alone.
Oh,
polka,
yeah, in the
polka,
truck.
polka.
Yeah, polka, polka. Yeah.
And
cool.
you probably think of European Vacation with Chevy Chase.
Yeah, with his lederhosen and dancing and, and fighting. They also had a courtyard trio, a guitar, an accordion, and a tuba, bring the spirit of Gemvliget to the courtyard. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I don't speak. And then they had the Oktoberfest Mushkin, which is sample genuine German dish and sing-alongs in the spirit of Oktoberfest nightly inside the beer garden. So that still is going on as well. Yeah. And I know we went there a few times, and
Christmas time is really beautiful.
Yeah, and they're the singing and all the kids are dancing and they were having a grand old time.
All right, now I guess we'll move over to Italy.
Italia. And they have a Commedia de Bologna. A troupe of actors invites the audience to help create folktales. Shows are in the Italy courtyard. So that'd be different. You know, get audience participation and learn some folk tales at the same time. Pretty cool.
Yep. And they had Alfredo's restaurant.
Yep.
Strolling magicians entertain you nightly in the home of the famous fettuccine Alfredo, which is, I think, your favorite pasta.
So inside the restaurants, the people would just be coming around and sing to you at the tables.
That's what it sounds
and that's like
a
classic Italian thing.
Yes.
Yeah. I wish they still had that.
I agree.
And then the I Cantapoli, an Italian soprano and accordionist filled the courtyard with song, which I also think that'd be kind of cool. Because, you would just be in Italy and maybe get a slice of pizza or a drink or something, and then you hear them, da, 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 It'd be cool.
Yep. So next, we're going to go to the American Adventure.
And there are the Voices of Liberty. Inside the rotunda, an a cappella chorus sings patriotic songs of Americanas.
So obviously they're still there today.
Yeah. Yep.
And a lot of people enjoy listening to them, watching them perform.
Yep. I like them at Christmas time. They also sing Christmas songs. And then they have a promenade band. The promenade comes to life with the sounds of jazz in front of the Rose Garden.
And again, I think that sounds pretty interesting because it's really outside the Voices of Liberty.
Right.
They used to have the fife and drum corps, which is no longer there.
Right.
This even sounded interesting. And now we have the American Gardens Theater. So it looks like they had a couple of special guests here.
Mm-hmm. So the All-American College Orchestra featuring Tony Tennille from, I am assuming, Captain and Tennille.
And I'm the captain.
And then there's John Davison, which I believe he was the...
one of the hosts of That's Incredible.
That's Incredible, yep. And Disney on Parade, a Disney spectacular featuring Mickey and his friends. And then they had the Epcot Center World Dances.
And it also looks like on certain days they had the Epcot Center World Dances and the World Dancers Band.
And it was an international show.
So I'm assuming that's got an international flavor.
Maybe all the countries have
performers.
A representation of all the countries dancing.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting.
I've never seen the parade. I think I'm going to have to look it up on YouTube now.
Yeah.
But I wish Disney brought back a parade to Epcot. I think that'd be fabulous seeing something going around the World Showcase.
Right. It was more geared back then towards the countries and the ethnicity of all the countries, not to rides and things.
Yep. So now we can move on to Japan.
In Japan, they have a fantasy dream maker. Be fascinated at this native Japanese artist entertains you. So I'm not sure what she would make. I'm wondering if it's the candy maker, but I'm not entirely sure. And then they had the Jiraku Hamarai. This ensemble presents traditional Japanese music and dance outside the pagoda.
Again, something nice. I'm assuming this was eventually replaced by the drummers over there.
Yep.
I know they were recently let go, so I'm wondering if they're bringing some other different types of entertainment back.
Yep.
One can only hope.
Yes, let's hope.
Yep. Next is Morocco.
In Morocco, in their courtyard, they had some entertainment. The unique sounds of Moroccan music all are heard in the courtyard. And then inside the restaurant Marrakech, belly dances and musicians entertain you daily during lunch and dinner in this unique restaurant.
So the restaurant Marrakech, that's still around. We've been there.
Yep, and they still have the belly dancers and performers. So.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting place.
Yep.
All right, let me move this a little. And we make our way to France.
And they have the Trio Bal Musette. A trio of musicians brings flavor to the quaint side streets of the French pavilion.
Ooh, that sounds pretty interesting.
And they also had Fabien Bar, a traditional French street performer.
I wonder if that's similar to some of the street performers they have there. I know they have one there now where you have the chef and you have the busboy, and the busboy's stacking up all the chairs.
Yeah, to get on the
climbing
chairs.
up to the top. Which is always fun. I always get a kick out of that, even though I know what's going on.
And he's over with the whistle.
Yes.
Yes.
And now we make our way over to the United Kingdom.
And it looks like they had Sue and Peter Barber, stilt dancing puppeteers, or a pearly king and queen bring fun to the street outside the Rose and Crown pub.
That stilt dancing puppeteers is something that looks interesting. I'm not quite sure what that is. But it might be time to look on YouTube to see if we can find out what this show looks like.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. And they also had Old Globe Players. This troupe of jesters presents comedy with the help of guest stars from the audience. So another audience participation.
Yeah, and this was later renamed to the World Showcase Players.
Okay.
And I think that ended its performance in roughly 2014, 2015. Yeah, I really wish they were around today. I know British Revolution was there. They were recently let go. And did you know, before the British Revolution, they were known as the British Invasion. And now I think we're going to make our way to the final country, Canada.
Oh, Canada. So it looks like they have Caledonia bagpipes. Amid the rocks and evergreens of Canada, the strains of bagpipes can be heard. Now that sounds cool. You know, to hear bagpipes. I like to hear the bagpipe. I think it's cool.
Yeah, but is it something you'd want to see all the time?
No, probably not. But I mean, it's like theme music. You know what I mean? Just background music. You know.
And then, lastly, at the entrance of the Showcase Plaza, it looks like you could meet additional Walt Disney World characters. So it says here, join in the fun of our character carnival. Mickey, Roger, and all the gang sing and dance in a Mardi Gras kind of party. Now, when they say Roger,
I don't
it makes me wonder if they're talking about Roger Rabbit.
Must be, because what other Roger is there? Thank you for going down memory lane with us. I hope you liked this video. We have more maps to share, so we probably will make some more videos on that subject.
And please go check out our channel. We have videos of many old attractions that are no longer at Disney. If you like what we have, subscribe to us, like, and comment. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.